and welcome to this Warhammer 40k battle report with me, Xenovids. Now today's battle report is a 2000 point battle between Eldar and Tau. So going on to the mission type. We're on a 6 for today's mission, which is the relic. There is an objective in the middle of the board which needs to be captured and counted by one of the armies. The deployment type is hammer and anvil today. So let's look at the table and where the relic is. So we've got a Tau desert world with some Tau buildings and lots of sand dunes with a bit of cover on each side. In the middle there we've represented the relic by using a key. There it is, just a close-up. And as you can see, the sand dunes give quite a bit of cover and breaks up the board nicely. So looking at the Eldar deployment, I rolled off and I got to deploy first. So I have 10 Guardians with Bright Lance, weapons platform, 5 Fire Dragons and a Wave Serpent, Fire Prism with 5 Dark Reapers up on the raised bit, a Wraith Knight with 5 Wraith Blades and a Spirit Seer near them, 10 more Guardians with Bright Lance, 10 Dire Avengers in a Wave Serpent, and 10 Jet Bikes with a Warlock attached to them. Looking at the psychic powers that I got to roll, I decided to go with the Primaris Conceal for the jetpack. And for the Spirit Seer, I got one which I got Embolden or Horrify, so I can reduce enemies' leadership. And I got Night Attacker to choose if it's night fighting for my strategic warlord trait. So here are the Tau: 2 Hammerheads, a Riptide, a Commander, 40 plus Fire Warriors, an Aegis defense line with quad gun, and quite a few units in reserve that you'll be seeing in a few moments. So here is the Tau Warlord trait. Here's a Ghost Walk Among Us. So his commander can roll 3d6 in the assault move phase. So I moved up my Wave Serpent with the Fire Dragons up and turbo boosted them. In the same turn, my opponent let me do it. Got a big conga line of troops and the Wraith Knight in the middle, surrounding the relic. And my other Wave Serpent advanced a little bit as well. In the shooting phase, I started by shooting a Bright Lance at his Hammerhead. I was able to hit it, but do nothing. And the second one firing at his Riptide, able to hit it, and didn't do anything. I did. I needed a 2-up and I caused a wound already. My first Wave Serpent killed 1 Fire Warrior. My Dark Reapers are firing at some more Fire Warriors, needing 3s to hit, a good number of hits, and needing 2s. Now there are various cover saves, but in the end I was managed to take down 2 of them. So the Fire Prism is firing its large blast on this unit of Fire Warriors, which clips another unit and possibly a third. So the first unit, 1 wound, second unit 3 wounds, and the last unit 2 wounds. So 1 from that unit, 2 from that unit, so 3 have been killed at the moment. Now the Wraith Knight firing its scatter lasers, and because I hit, I get to re-roll all of my other weapons. So his blast weapon, strength 6 AP 2, is almost always going to hit. I do love the Wraith Knight. And in 1 turn of shooting, managed to do quite a few wounds with that. And the blast weapon manages to completely wipe out that unit, giving me first blood. So what can he do to counter? Well, he's moved his Hammerheads, and the Riptide and the Commander up. Going into the shooting phase, he he fires the first volley of shots at my Wraith Knight. This is a strength 5 AP5 gun, and also using the quad gun, which is strength 7 AP4, I do believe. So I get my armor saves. So the second volley, fire at him. And I fail one of the armor saves. And the last volley firing at him. It's fine. So now the first hammerhead is firing its blast weapon. It's managed to hit a couple of my jet bikes as well as the Wraith Knight. Doesn't manage to do anything though. The second one does exactly the same, and I have an invulnerable save, and I fail that as well, leaving me with 4 wounds from the Wraith Knight. More shooting from the Riptide. Passing armor saves, but I just can't pass the invulnerable, so he's down to 3 wounds in turn 1. But that's all he did in turn 1. So going into the movement phase, turn 2. The Crimson Hunter didn't come in. I have a Crimson Hunter in reverse. Everything moved up, and my Wraith Blades are going to hold that relic and try and bring it back to my side of the board. So let's see how devastating turn 2 is shooting. So my first Wave Serpent fires at the group in front of it. Managed to do a good number of wounds, but I only take down 1. Firing my Bright Lance at the Hammerhead again. Of course misses. My other Bright Lance at the Hammerhead hits, but does nothing. The Fire Prism, firing its large blast again, gets a direct hit again. The Fire Prism is excellent. Getting more wounds, and yet more wounds, and even more wounds. E4s, didn't make many of them. Few go off here and there. Is a 4-up cover save for the front lot, and a 5-up cover save for the ones behind them. So the Dark Reapers are now going to do some damage into the Fire Warriors. This is the relic, and only troops can seize it, I think. So that's why I immediately thought I have to take down all of his troops as soon as possible. So firing as many blast weapons and volleys of shots into his troops is the best way to go. So firing my Wind Rider Guardian jet bikes at his Tau Warriors in front of him. They have 4-up armor save. And a good number of them go down. So now that enough Fire Warriors have gone down, I'm going to go and shoot against his commander, try and whittle his wounds down, and try and get a Warlord point, which would mean I'd be 2-0 up. Of course I can re-roll these due to the scatter laser shots. And I managed to take 1 wound off of him. So going into turn 2, assault already. Wraith Knight assaulting him. He does try and overwatch me. However, needing 6s, he manages to take another wound off because I fail my invulnerable. So he's down to 2. So going to the assault phase, I'm attacking him first. 5 attacks, needing 4 ups, and then needing 2 ups to wound him. And if I wound him, it's instant death because I'm strength 10. And he makes every single one of his saves, and he attacks me back and does nothing, so we're locked in combat. Going into turn 2 of the Tau movement, quite a few Fire Warriors are left still, so he's got them all lined up nicely. Both of his Barracuda planes are in. 2 teams of Crisis Suits come in as well. So first volley of Fire Warriors are firing at the jetbacks, needing 4s. It's quite a few misses. And now I made all the saves, so he's got a second volley at them. Quite a few saves, and only a few of them go down. Now firing at my Wraith Blades in the middle that have the relic. Barracudas are deadly with many different weaponry on them, but different APs and strengths. Alright, fail 1 armor save, I failed 2 invulnerable saves, so that's 3 gone down already of that unit of 5. So I fail another armor save, and there's only the Spirit Seer and the Wraith Blade left. I fail 1 invulnerable save, the Wraith Blade was in there, and he's gone down. So I have no troops now controlling that relic. And yet again, more firepower shooting at my jet bikes, which are right in front of him. He needs to get rid of them, but he deviates and misses. Firing his flamer template, but he is millimeters off. And firing his other weaponry, gets a good few hits. And now his second crisis team is firing at the Dark Reapers. And taking 2 of them down. So going into the assault phase now. Needing 4s still. A couple of hits and then needing 2s. And I got a 1! He then fights back with his Gauntlet of Doom, which means he has a 1 attack, strength 10, and he causes a wound to me. Not looking good for the Wraith Knight. So going into turn 3, the Crimson Hunter comes in, but he intercepts it with the Aegis Defense Line quad gun and destroys my Crimson Hunter before he gets to do anything. So everything else moves up. My Wave Serpent with the Die Avengers goes into the middle, and I just shuffle a lot of things around. So now firing at the impending doom, that is the crisis suits. My Guardians. Getting a good number of hits. All 6s to wound are AP 2. And I kill 1 outright and have a wound on another. I miss with the other Guardian shots. And now the Dark Reapers are firing their shots at the crisis suit near them and take 1 of them down and cause a wound on 1 of the models. I'm now rolling to take down Fire Warriors, and he's rolling separately in Lookout Sirs for his Camo. He's upgrading his Fire Warriors, and he makes his Lookout Sirs, so I'm trying to take down the rest of the troop. I managed to take down another few. So now my Wave Serpent is firing at the Hammerhead, trying to take him down. He gets a few through. I get 2 penetrating hits. The white is AP 2, strength 8, and it explodes. That's gone, but it takes a jet bike down as well. So now firing his large blast from the Fire Prism at the Fire Warriors. Going into turn 3, Eldar Assault. My jet bikes attacked the Fire Warriors, but they were fleeing and so killed them outright. I'm now fighting against his War Boss, trying to take it down finally. I get 2 hits against it and he does fail. And he goes down, so I now have Warlord, 2 points to the Eldar. So he shuffles around his army a little bit, what's left of it. Has his planes circling the back of the board with some crisis team. So now he's in range for his Flamer. Deadly Flamer, and other weaponry from his crisis suits. You can guess what's about to happen. He's now explaining to me some are different strength and AP, but it doesn't really matter because with all those dice, I am going to fail. There they go. Now he's firing his other crisis team at my Fire Prism. He only manages to glance it though. He's firing his Barracuda at my other set of Guardians. Getting a good number of hits. And taking down 6 of them. So now he's firing at my Fire Prism and he fails that. The Fire Warriors are firing at the 3 Guardian jet bikes. I fail 3 of them. So the Riptide causes 2 hull points to the Wave Serpent. The Wraith Knight gets killed by the Hammerhead, and in the assault phase, the Riptide kills the Wave Serpent with his Hammer of Wrath roll. Going on to the Eldar movement phase, I've shuffled my army along to try and get a better line of sight to some of his last remaining models. The Fire Dragons are now out and ready to attack that Hammerhead, and let's see how well they do. So firing at the Hammerhead, couple of hits. He does his cover saves, so leaving 2 shots. I get 2 hits and low rolls on the penetrating on the table. So I fire my Wave Serpent at his Riptide, I decide, and don't do anything. Now firing a single shot at this Crisis Team, a hit. And I think I took it down. The Fire Prism is firing Guardians. The Dart Reaper's trying to hit his planes. Going into the assault phase though, the Fire Dragons have melt bombs. And they manage a good few hits. And you can guess what happens. It's destroyed. So with his movement phase now, he's got 3 Fire Warriors left, his Riptide, 2 Barracudas, 1 Crisis Man unit from that team, and 2 from the other team left. So what can he do in the shooting phase? Firing the Riptide, he overcharges or supercharges, whichever one it is, his weapon. So it's a blast weapon, and it just kills them. Tries to attack my tanks, fails. Tries to take down my Spirit Seer just to take him down. And I need to make 4s, and I make all of his invulnerables. Now he tries to take down the Wave Serpent, which holds the Dire Avengers, with his quad gun. He manages to do nothing. His 2-man Crisis Team are going to fire the Dart Reapers, manage to take down one of them. His Barracuda tries to take down my Guardian squad on the right. And looking at turn 5 overview, my Dire Avengers have got out of the Wave Serpent and hold the Relic. I have 2 Guardians on that side, a Wave Serpent, a Fire Prism, and a couple of Dart Reapers, as well as my Spirit Seer. So he has 1 Fire Warrior left after some shooting, trying to take down his Crisis Team that are close to me. Trying to work out what I need to actually wound. And I managed to wound one of the Crisis Teams. So they're down to 1 wound each. So firing the Fire Prism's small blast at them, hit both of them. And the Dire Avengers are trying to take down what is left of them. They get AP2s. So the Crisis Teams should be now both destroyed, leaving a Riptide, 1 Fire Warrior, and 2 Barracudas on the board. So the Fire Warrior with the quad gun is firing at the Wave Serpent and fails. The Riptide is trying to take down a lot of the Dire Avengers, but I seem to make a lot of my cover saves. He gets a direct hit and a few of them attacks, but only takes down 1 of them with his blast, and then 1 of them with his plasma. The Barracuda is firing its turret weapons at them, takes down 2 of them. And the other Barracuda tries to take down my last Guardian squad. If he can take down my troops and try and table me, then that's the only way he can win. Basically, in turn 6, I still control the Relic, my Dire Avengers, and it's looking less likely for him to take down the rest of my army. Now, with only a Riptide and 2 Barracudas. Don't know to see how he can come back from this. But you never know. So now I'm shooting at his last Fire Warrior, hoping to stop his ability to shoot that Strength 7 weapon, and he's gone. So now all I have to fire at is the Riptide, try and take that down, and I fail. So he shuffles things around trying to take down my troops. Going his turn 7 overview. I still control the relic. I fire at his Barracudas. And fail to do anything. Still fire and miss. Still fire. Hit with 1. But it doesn't do anything. Now I'm doing a pot shot at his Riptide. I hit. But miss. And the Wave Serpent's firing at the other Barracuda, needing 6s. I missed with every single one. And the cock dice didn't do anything either. Or my Twinling shot. So now he brings everything into the fray, trying to take down everything I have. But there just isn't enough different units to take down what I have left. So I believe it is an Eldar victory. So we tally up all the points, look at the dead pile of the Tau and the dead pile of the Eldar. It was a great game, enjoyed by both. 5-0 to the Eldar. So there we have it then, another victory for the Eldar. At the end of the battle, me and my opponent tallied up the kill points as well, just to see what would happen if it was more of a kill point mission. And the Eldar would have had 11 kill points, and the Tau would have only had 9, so it would have been an Eldar win either way. The Crimson Hunter being taken down without even doing anything was horrible. But it was a good game. Not sure what I think about the Relic. We've only played that a couple of times. It's interesting. It does change the dynamics of your armies, especially if you're used to playing kill points. But another win for the Eldar, which is great. In our little tournament, that now means Eldar are in the lead with Tyranids 2nd, Tau 3rd, Chaos are 4th, Space Marines are 5th, and at the bottom are the Grey Knights. So to keep watching more battle reports for our tournament, tune into my video channel, and please subscribe, share, like and comment, and I'll see you on the next video.